Hello, I'm Odd from NorwegianBushcraft and I welcome you back. Today I want to show you how I make the 1 hour Survivalbow. It will last longer than 1 hour, but it won't take you more than 1 hour to make it and make an arrow or two. And this is the type of bow you can make if you need a tool to reach a little bit farther than you're able to with throwing rocks and anything else to catch something like fish in a creek, frogs, small birds on the ground, such things if you need in a survival situation. This is also the same type of bow you can make to your kids. It's an excellent little bow. So let's see what you can find. And thicker forest brush like this, the shoots have to go very high before they branch out to get sunlight. So here you are able to find stems without much twigs and nuts. So this is where I'm looking, and I'm preferably looking for a road. I found one which I'm going to use, and like the minimum length, I prefer have it from my foot to my face. Preferably as a longbow you should have it a little bit longer, but this will be good enough. So this is the stave, as they're called, or yeah, call it what you want. It's a piece of wood. You see this knot here on this side, and there's also one more ugly one here. Those I don't want on the back of the bow. The back is the front towards the prey, so this have to be on the inside, like so. So this side would be the front of the bow, or the back as it's called. With a small stave like this will not be a powerful bow, but it will be more than powerful enough for small prey like fish, frogs and birds, especially on the ground or straight up in the trees. So let's start doing something with it. It's raining a bit, so I'll be sitting under this tree. What did we say? That was the back. Like so. This is about the middle. I do just like this to mark where to take off materials. And if you want, you can use a stick to measure that long from the end, that long from the end. This is the center. And when we make a bow like this, you don't want to remove any material on the side towards the prey, only on the side towards yourself. I always start with that thickest side. You can use a hatchet or a bigger knife on this, but I chose just to carry my pocket knife today. To show you that it's possible to make a okay bow in 1 hour. Okay, it's now roughly shaped. It's not a beautiful work, but it's just for a pinch, so I don't know if you see, it's pretty equal. So I'm not gonna tiller it. Tiller it means that you fine shaping the limbs to make even, but I'm pretty satisfied with this, so we'll leave it with this. For the knocks, slightly angled. And wide enough to try not to take too much on the sides, just on the front side, just like so, just to let the string catch. On one side I choose to make a little bigger one because I'm using a loop in one end, I tie in the other end. I just use this is a bank line or something, doesn't matter what it is. I just gotta do a little bit of tension, not too much. At the beginning, it's too little. Looks pretty good. Not the strongest bow in the world, but so I work the bow, let it be used to the movements you will have to take. I can see that that end bends a little bit more than this. I don't know if you see it. And I could remove a little bit more material on the upper limbs. I might do that. This is green wood, so if you have the string on and for a longer period of time, it will kind of bend the wood permanently. So when you're not using it, take off the string, and when you string it, be careful and warm it up a little bit before you start using it. Well, now we need to find some arrows, and for that, rowan saplings or goat willow saplings are useful. Goat willow though are often very soft and has a bigger pith inside, so it's kind of hollow wood. And it's too pliable. But if you can cut it down and leave it a couple of days, take off the bark and dry it a couple of days, then it will be much better. So let's see if we can find some nice rowan saplings, which are fairly straight. And feathers. Bird have been killed or at least eaten. Here, and I can see it's a pigeon. So, pigeon feather there is. They're not
good for real feathers as you see on normal arrows, but this will help.
This top, it's fairly straight, can be used, and for the length I just pretend I'm holding the bow and pulling back. So from here, so I cut it a little bit longer to have something to play with. I'll remove all the twigs first. And I'm doing it from the thickest end to the thinnest one, because if you do it this way, there's a big possibility that when you're removing one of these knots, you will rip off some more fibers, and you don't want to do that. You want to keep it as complete as possible. And then I remove all the bark, and that's to make it dry up a little faster. And then you have to smoothen out the arrows. Make sure all the knots are flush with the stem itself. When you're using saplings like this, you will have a natural tapered stem, and it will be super strong because you have the fibers. You'll have a round stock with fibers all around, not a machine stock that will splinter when you hit something hard. This will not splinter. This will take enormous amount of force this direction. So it's a good arrow. Okay, so let's see. I'm measuring up the length of my arrow. I don't need it longer than this. So I'll cut it off. And I cut it off. You see this knot? This is a strong point. The wood is harder here, so I choose to make my knock point at this area, because this is perfect distance for my arrow, and when it happens to come there, why not use it? So here's my saw. Now I'll make a cut. See, knot there, just about. As for a broadhead, I don't have any thoughts about that yet. You can make one out of rock. You don't need to be a expert flint knapper. Just break enough rocks and you will find a piece that is pointy and sharp enough, which you can use. It will not hold up too long, but it will hold up for some time. Or you can use nails, screws, any metal you can find, and sharp that up. A broken knife tip, perfect. So there's a lot of things you can use. But remember, the broadhead depends on what prey you're going for. So you're going for fish, frogs, and smaller birds. You may want to have some kind of hook, so when it penetrates, it won't come out, and a smaller bird will not be able to fly away with an arrow inside. Not a fish, not a frog. So depends on what you want. So for this, we are just going to make a wooden point at the first,
which we can do some practice with. Not more than that. And after that we can make this into a spear for frogs, fish and such like this. So let's try that. If you're able to see, as you can see, it's not super straight, but it's not bent over to one side either. It's like crooked all the way, but it's overall length, overall straightness, and that's good enough. For feathers, we can split it and put a feather inside. This is a wing feather and it's not perfect for that, but if it had equal amount of fibers on both sides, we could have put it inside where the pith are, so it will look like this, but on both sides. Or we can put on several smaller feathers and just tie them together around the arrow shaft, and that will work more like a flu arrow, and it will stabilize it enough so it will fly pretty straight, but it will also slow it down. But I think that's the easiest way for us right now. As you can see, there's not much feathers here, but this is more than enough just to stabilize the arrow in flight. Some archers will shake their heads now, but trust me, this works. It's like flu arrows. And then I just make a small shelf. Like so. So let's make the arrow more useful for small game. I'm removing that pith area because that is not good for anything. Now we're gonna make a barb going the opposite way. I got a piece of wood from a fallen down tree. It's not rotten, but it's not fresh either. So it's kind of hardwood, and that's what we want. So I'm just making a needle like this, thin and strong, and it's going inside this, like so. This arrow will catch frog and fish mainly, and if you're lucky, also it will penetrate a bird. Now we can trim the barb. So doesn't need to be bigger than this. Penetrate will not come out. Well, I hope you liked the video. It's just a short demo of how to make a survival bow in a quick matter of fashion. Those people who think you can just make a quick bow and arrows and go out and hunt moose and elk and whatever, it's not realistic. In a survival situation, you will be very lucky if you're able to hunt anything and go out making anything like this before knowing you're able to hunt. It's no point. But if you see that you are able to come very close to birds on the ground, come close to frogs, come close to fish, but you're not able to catch them by hand or by stick, then this can be an option. Hope you like it, and stay safe, and I'll be back with more pretty soon. Thank you for watching.